I'm just gonna go out and say it. My sports cards are probably worthless. And you right there, watching this video, yeah, you holding all those cards right now in your hand. Sad to say that your sports cards are probably worthless too. But the big question is, why? Why am I saying that my sports cards are worthless? Well, because when I was growing up, my mom told me so. My mom used to tell me all the time, what are you doing buying this junk? These cards, they're not worth anything. It's just a waste of money. But here I am now, as an adult, telling my mom, I told you so. But I can't help but feel that there is some truth to what she's saying. Now imagine my excitement as a kid going to the store, opening a pack of cards to pull one of the greatest players to ever play the game, a rare insert, and then going home, pulling out my Beckett magazine, checking up the price of the card to find out that it's worth $100. I would run to my mom and I would say, hey, guess what? Do you know how much this card is worth? And she'd ask me what? And I would say, $100. And her response to me, where's that $100 at? If it's worth $100, why don't you go out and sell it and show me that money? The thought of selling cards never crossed my mind. But now, fast forward 30 years later, and you know what? She's right. You see, these cards are in my PC, whether they're cards that I had as a kid or cards that I'm holding on to long term. I have no intention of selling these cards anytime soon. So in a sense, until that exchange happens in which I'm able to move these cards for cash, then regardless of what the monetary value is of these cards, it becomes irrelevant. Because if I have no intention of selling these cards, the profits being made, the losses being made, the monetary value of these cards becomes non-existent. Now, another thing my mom told me is that if you're finding value in this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And let's get back to talking about the monetary value of these cards. There are plenty of tools out there. There's eBay comps, and for those of you guys that like to use those market tools, there's Card Ladder and Market Movers. But here's the thing though, just because we can place a value on these cards doesn't mean that it will sell for that much. We all try to find good deals out there. I don't care who you are. When we go out there to buy our cards, we're trying to find the best deal possible. Whether you're going to a card show, whether you're going to a card shop, or whether you're trying to buy these cards off eBay or buy these cards online, we're always trying to find the best deal possible. So because of that, what the card is actually selling for doesn't actually mean that's what the card sells for, if that makes sense. And if you're buying these cards off eBay or selling off eBay, there's always taxes and fees to consider as well. And here's another thing to consider. Yesterday's price is not today's, and today's won't be tomorrow's. We can't predict the future, so we might as well enjoy the ride. Now, this is not to say that you can't make money off of sports cards. I sell low-end raw cards on the side. If you're using this as a business or to flip or to invest, then yes, these cards do have some value to them, but you have to sell the card first. Otherwise, these collectibles are exactly what they are. Pieces of cardboard with athletes on them, or Pokemon, or superheroes. But for those of us who collect and have a PC, a majority of those cards, we have no intention of selling. My PC here, I have no intention of selling the majority of those cards. The only time I'll consider selling those cards is if it'll help me fund a much bigger purchase. But guess where that card goes? Straight into the PC. So in a sense, yes, my PC is worthless, but worthless in monetary value. The true value is in the joy of collecting those cards, collecting and building my PC. And it's at that point that monetary value becomes secondary to the joys of collecting. And it's that joy that sometimes gets lost in all this investing content. And it's the main reason why I stopped using Card Ladder and Market Movers. But if you want to know more as to why I stopped using Card Ladder or Market Movers, then check out this video right here.